But yes, releasing it was success that no one could take away because I still don't know who I think was going to take it away other than me, but people saying to you like, I don't know, oh, that game's missing this, missing that,
Mm.
or did you create everything, every pixel? Did you make all the music and sound yourself? Um, and the answer now can be like, well, where, I don't know, how was your game, to people who don't even do game development, like, oh, wait, you didn't release an actual product. I did, and that's the thing. I can say that to myself. I can say it to others.
Yeah.
You could be proud of that a little bit. I mean, I don't go around like telling everybody running around town, but I mean, when it comes up, which it doesn't, by the way, because people are just happy for you. It's not even nobody was trying to put you down to begin with, except yourself. So,
Yeah.
um, and I don't know. Again, I don't want to keep jumping into these big other topics, but I hinted there. I didn't make every single part of the game. Like there are asset packs. If you use them all, you can end up with a circus. But if you know when or how to use them
Hmm.
properly, it's kind of how you can make it work, and that's okay. So I
Yeah,
had
because you
some of that in
cannot
my
do
game.
everything by yourself. You have also to know which resources you can take
Yeah.
and then put them together. That's also part of the magic of putting everything together, integrating, and making also a good game with that.
That's right. And also, I should mention it's not just like asset packs. I didn't really have a whole lot of that. I had some of it, but I used Fiverr. I went on Fiverr.com and I was like talking to people, like seeing who would do what, and I'd find an artist, and I didn't work with an artist on it. Like I didn't have a team really, but I would do one-off jobs to say, can you make a background?
Yeah.
Because the background's detailed, I can't do environments. And yeah, I found people to do that. They charged me X dollars. And then next time I said, can you do another one? Because then I have another 10 levels or 5 levels and I can make a whole new area for my game. And that's
Hmm.
how you put the pieces together. And you kind of have, without, because you need money in a studio if you're going to do anything. And since it's not going to happen, just little at a time, chipping away. And then my budget's going low. I stop. Like I can't do it for a while. Then later I want to change. I could do something different. So that's kind of how I pieced it together there, little by little.
Nice. So maybe some recommendations that you can give to new game developers that are still on the process of releasing their first game. What can you tell to them?
I could say your assets, there's programmer art, they call it, just like placeholder art. You could do that. You could throw whatever you want in there. Just make sure if you put like Mickey Mouse, you take it out, anything obvious, like so Disney doesn't sue you. No, but like you could do all that. But even if you don't, you could you could go to the next level and you can get an asset pack, in Unity or Unreal, or buy something from someone or go on Fiverr or something like that and look for someone to make it, and then you can even tell yourself it's placeholder art. It's probably not you're going to release with it, but it's okay because you could always go back to it. But you're done, and in your mind you can move on. So now you could talk functionality. You could do something cool with it. As long as you don't have limitations on what you got. Like if you got something you just can't animate, or you got something you hit a wall, that's probably a problem. But otherwise, you could just get whatever. Make sure it looks good, it meshes well. Maybe understand a little bit about that because, and I still don't. I'm not great with it, but making sure it looks good together and it doesn't look all out of whack. And then modify when you can, and that's it. Just keep it like that. And I say when you can because there are licenses you could have something or free assets that you can just download, like Open Game Arts, I think it is. And there are licenses you got to be careful. You can't modify, but anything CC0 you could use as public domain. I tried to stay away from too many of that because mostly because I lose track of where I got everything from. So the beginning of my game, I had a lot of those assets, and I had this credits.txt file that would just list everybody, making sure everybody gets recognition. And right before launch, I made it my goal in life to shrink that list. Not that I don't want to give people credit, but I want to take their placeholder stuff out and put real stuff. And I did that. And it was one at a time. I would find real stuff instead of what I had there. And theirs was great, but I wanted to make it mix better. And then towards the end, as far as music, I had like 10 different tracks by 10 different artists that were
Hmm.
all public domain. And I had to get away from that. So I had somebody who worked with me and didn't end up getting all of it done. It's not fair. I didn't give him enough time to finish, but he got a lot of it done, and we shrunk it down to where I only had two artists to give credit to for two songs, and the rest he kind of did the rest of the soundtrack, and then that made it manageable. So
Nice.
I would advise just taking what you need to get through, because what you don't want is you're spending so much time on every little pixel on something,
Yeah.
or you're pulling up an iPad to try and make all the music yourself. Unless you're inclined or that's what your background is. Like with me, none of my stuff with programming came from anywhere because I figured if I'm a programmer, that's
Yeah.
one thing I should be able to bring to the table. So,
And you enjoy doing it, right? You enjoy the programming side.